Welcome back. Well, they say the logistics industry is the backbone of the global economy, connecting businesses, consumers, and nations through efficient movement. Well, let's get a sense of how the industry is faring in Nigeria. Join us for this conversation is Mr. Sunil Natraj, CEO, Jumia Nigeria, joining me right here in the studio. Great to have you.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So before we get into the industry, I know this issue would also impact your industry. And now we have consensus when it comes to the minimum wage.
Yep.
And it's 70,000 naira. What's your take on this? You're the private sector at this point.
So we believe in treating people like humans. And we are very proud to say that we were already far ahead of this before this even came into place. For us, it is making sure it's not minimum wage, it's treating people the right way for the work they do. And we've been doing it already before this was implemented.
Yeah, so definitely key word there, treating people like human beings at this point. All right, let's look at the industry right now. We've seen, rising energy costs, and there are also some barriers, when it comes to the free flow, of logistics in Nigeria. Talk to me about how, you're navigating, this industry, getting goods to the consumers.
So we are in the business of aggregating and distributing. That's what we do. We are a marketplace. So when I say we are aggregating, we get we bring in stuff from a lot of people, a lot of retailers across the country, right, and also others from across the globe, and we distribute it to various consumers across Nigeria. So we are in the business of aggregating and distributing. What we have done, you would have recently read in the news that we have aggregated all our warehouses into one integrated large warehouse, which allows us to control our operations better. It allows us to reach consumers faster. We inform consumers that certain products which are labeled Jumia Express are directly in our warehouse, and we can get it to you very quickly in the shortest possible time. And we also said that there's a function of distribution. How do you get it to the consumer? So we are also innovating on that side. So we have pickup stations where consumers can go and pick up their products from the pickup stations, which are scattered all around Nigeria, and they can do it so at their own time. And it's easier to get it when you are distributing. It's easier to get it a large number of packages to one place, which is a pickup station, and the consumers find it convenient. So we don't have to sit and identify each person located in different parts. So especially in upcountry Nigeria, it helps to plan their day and their lives, and it's faster as well. So.
Well, I remember a time, when we're talking about the e-commerce business. It used to be referred to as a really, really hot, sector, hot business. How is it looking, right now?
I think as a country, given the macroeconomic headwinds that we are facing, we are looking, every kobo is even costlier than the last one, right? And at a functional level, we are a retail discontinuity. When I say retail discontinuity, we are seen as providing good prices to consumers at all points in time. So with the rising inflation that we are talking about right now, I expect that there should be very strong growth for us, because we already have that share of mind of providing good value to consumers.
Right, definitely. And I can imagine, how difficult it is, when the macro headwinds, we see they keep, rising, at this time. But talk to me about adaptation,
right.
At this point. How are, companies adapting, in this industry, knowing fully well that there's still some, regulatory hurdles, at this
right.
point. You hear some of these logistics bikes complain about having to get maybe Ogun State permits, Lagos State permits all over the place. How's that looking?
So that's a part of the business that need regulatory reform, which will probably take a bit of more time. But as we said, it's about keeping your promises, right? When we say timely delivery, it means first making the right promise to people to which you will adhere to. So we are an honest company. We tell you 2 days, we'll do it in 2 days. We tell you 1 day, we'll do it in 1 day. That's something we take great pride in, right? And this is true for every city in Nigeria where we deliver to, right? We stick to our promises. Okay, so first is defining that. Second is defining which cities we can deliver to, where we are keeping our promises, right? So we have typical hub and spoke model, or Imagine Nigeria as a body. You have your arteries and you have your capillaries. So we have arterial roads which we connect different cities, and we make sure that we are addressing all consumers on those arterial roads, and also capillary roads where we can get it in the right possible time. And we just spoke about pickup stations, which is enabling consumers to plan their lives accordingly. I spoke about Jumia Express, which is stock which is already in our warehouse, which is faster to the consumer. All this put together, is a way for us to adapt to this situations.
Right. So you get your bikes impounded at this time. So talk to me about the growth potential of this industry in Nigeria. That's talking about the logistics industry.
So I'll talk about the e-commerce industry first.
Yes.
Right. Because if e-commerce grows, logistics will grow. It's consequential, right?
Right.
So we just spoke about how inflation is impacting our consumers. We are talking about convenience. We lead busy lives. We want to plan, minimize trips to various places so that we are able to purchase the things we want in a convenient manner. We want different things. We want a larger assortment of things. Physical stores are limited by the assortment they can carry. We aren't limited. We have everything in your hand, as you can see. So that explodes the limits of what you can buy. As I said, inflation is going to make you want to save every kobo that you can. So it's going to ensure that the industry grows rapidly, right? The number is in the air, but the point is that there is a huge potential, and thereby whatever rate you're going to have the e-commerce industry growing, a significant chunk will also come in the logistics space.
Right, and definitely we keep watching out and tracking, the sector, because it's a lifesaver. When you look at the logistics guys, I can imagine having to go pick up, my packages myself. I'm a very busy guy. So those guys are really, they're lifesavers, at this point. It was great having your perspective, Mrs. Sunil Natra, the CEO of Jumia Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Take care. Have a lovely day.
You too. All right.